obviously, I resonate with East London hipsters fairly well, being from the other side of town.
That's very much your market, isn't it?
It is,
yeah.
Fully, and so I thought, well, it just came to me naturally. But I tell you what, it was more about being flamboyant. Every character on Plebs, special character on Plebs that comes in, has to have a certain kind of explosion onto screen because they are wild and bright-coloured and ridiculous, and I think you need to fit in with that absurd mould. And I think I managed to create something that was quite fun with a lot of help from these guys.
It's a big ask because all the cameos and the guests who come into it, they need to make a really big impact straight away while still being able to like nail that specific comedy timing, the way that it's written. It's quite like tightly scripted. So it's a big ask, but he totally nailed it.
The episode where we find out Slilax has gone, it's going to be a bit of a hit for some fans, and it's as in a negative, and it was a negative for us, but they've really thrown everything at the first episode, including, you know, having all the other characters there, including having Robert Lindsay in the first scene, and I think we can very, very quickly convince people that Plebs is not just going to be the same show, but a better show.
It feels like it's like a new direction for it. So the whole series is set in a slight, I mean, I won't give too much away, but like we sort of take on a business that we're all trying to kind of work together to make work, even though it's this like desperately failing business. And so it's kind of got a whole new vibe. It's Plebs 2.0.
That's important for a comedy, isn't it? To kind of give it a fresh angle.
For me, it looks like you've got your central perk. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You've got kind of central perk thing now. You've got that kind of base that people love. In any like sitcom, you often have your base stick.
Yeah.
And so you're suggesting you could be the Gunter to...
I mean...
You're Joel Fry, you're Gunter, what can't you do?
I mean, well, that's right. Well, no, I'm more the guy that thinks it's very cool. I think it's a very trendy place, so I come in and, try and get the hip crowd along.
Yeah. And we're sort of campaigning for Ollie's return next series. It's just a good counterpoint, like, to have someone who's like the guy that we're aspiring to be when we're this kind of like low rent twats, you know.
There can be some very funny stuff come from that, I think.
Yeah.
And just funny, I mean, who would these guys be today? Because they are just a group.
Yeah, these guys would be us.
I mean, that's it, is it? They're just their friends, but they've got a contemporary friendship. I mean, that's why it's so relatable, no?
Yeah, they're the viewers. I mean, like, everyone can identify with being a loser in a city and not being able to get the job or the girlfriend that you want. That's most of our lives.
That was nice.
So I think it's not my life. My life's amazing. I mean, my girlfriend has just left me, and I don't have any work after this. So, no, they're me. They're us.
It's an awkward question now. I didn't know about
this is why it's relatable, you know. Like, everyone's struggling away in the big city. It's horrible out there.
It is.
It's just us.
It's just us, you know.
We're just looking at his life going, I want to be him.
It looks good on Instagram. It's a good filter.
Yes.
Cry at home and wank.
I just realised this setup is a bit like, you know that sketch where I go, I'm working class and I look up to him. You do it.
I am middle class and I look up to him.